Hello everyone, this is Finlandia. You guys have a favorite tractor that you like to use in Farming Simulator, but you also like to use precision farming. And your tractor doesn't have the Isaria Pro Compact sensors on it, and it doesn't have a 3-point hitch, so you can't use the active? Well, in this episode, I'm going to teach you how to very quickly add the Isaria Pro Compact sensors to your favorite tractor. It's a very simple task to use. You don't need any 3D modeling experience. You don't really need much experience with Giants Editor. I'll go ahead and show you in this video how to do this today. Let's get started. Okay everyone, now just a little bit of a disclaimer, this is not a tutorial on how to use Giants Editor or the basics about Giants Editor. You can download the software and follow along with this video step by step without any experience with Giants Editor. However, if you really want to get into the meat of this program and start really diving into modding for FS22, there are so many tutorials out there, so I'm not going to go into that. This is specific for the Isaria Pro Compact and how to get it quickly onto a tractor of your choice. Alright, so the first thing we need is a source for the Isaria Pro Compact, right? Well, the easiest way I found to do this is just to take it off a tractor that already has it installed. And to make it even easier, it's better to just take it off a mod rather than try and dig around in your game files to pull a tractor from the game. So what we'll do is we're going to open up a web browser here. And this goes, we're going to go to farmingsimulator.com. If you just go to farmingsimulator.com, you click at the top here where it says mods, it'll take you to this. I happen to have the link saved directly. So here we are. I'm going to go into search mods and I'm going to search for the Case IH Optum Tier 4B. And here it is right here. For some reason, typing this in comes up with a bunch of stuff not related to the Case IH Optum Tier 4B. Thank you, Giants, for having a totally screwed up search engine. But either way, here it is. So we're going to download this tractor. Mod prepared for precision farming DLC. Now you can use any tractor you want. If you're looking in the mod hub, most of the mod authors have put this text in, mod prepared for precision farming DLC. That basically means that they have installed these Isaria Pro Compact sensors onto their tractor. So with the mod downloaded, I'm going to go ahead and go into my folder where I have it stored here. Here's the Case IH Optum Tier 4B, okay, in the zip format. What I've done is I extracted it to a folder. Just basically take it, I use 7-zip, whatever program you have, you can extract to FS22 Case IH Optum Tier 4B, and it should put it in a folder here just like this. We're going to go into this folder and we're going to look for Optum T4B.i3d. You may not have the Giants Editor symbol here yet. If you have just installed Giants Editor and you're still trying to get used to things, this will probably be a plain white icon, in which case it's going to ask you to choose what program to open it with, and you want to follow it to wherever you installed your Giants Editor. So we're going to go ahead and bring this up. Okay, version 9.02. For some reason, I have 2 copies of Giants Editor installed on my computer, so ignore that. That's not normal. But here we are. All right, so we have the tractor here, and you'll notice this is the part that will probably frustrate some people right off the bat. You're gonna zoom in and you're gonna get excited and you're gonna be like, all right, let's grab these sensors and take them off here. And then you're gonna realize the sensors aren't on here. What's going on? Oh, this mod author lied. Nope, the mod author didn't lie. This does have the Isaria Pro Compact. How the game works is the Isaria Pro Compact is actually a module that's installed into the base game, and it's referenced by the tractors for the placement of the modules. So in your physical tractor, It's just a bunch of reference nodes. And those nodes, plus some script that we're going to put into the mod today, will pull the Isaria Pro Compact references from the base game and display them on your tractor. So in the case of the Optum Tier 4B, there's two main sections. We're going to grab the main component and we're going to expand it. Then I want Optum Tier 4B, T4B Viz. All right, then we're going to go down to Cabin. We're going to expand that. There's a blue box here called Cabin, and we're going to expand that. And now we have our first sign of the crop sensor. It's called crop sensor node, and under it will be 3 items. You have a top node. What this node does is it displays the sensor that transmits from the tractor into the cloud. We have our left node, which is the sensor that's on the mirror, the left mirror, and the sensor right mode, which, yep, you guessed it, goes on the right mirror. So what we're going to do is we're going to highlight crop sensor node. All right, so now I'm going to go to File, Export Selection with Files, and I already have it exported here. It's this crop sensor node i3D. Do you want to get the parent directory structure? Nah. Do you want to keep the game relative paths? On that one, I'm going to choose yes. Now we have it export. That's literally all I need for this instance of Giants Editor. So I'm actually going to close Giants Editor. It's going to ask me if I want to save this T4B. I do not. I don't want to make any changes to this tractor because that's just not what I need at this time. So now in this folder, I have the file that I saved earlier. I saved it as crop sensor node. I just basically gave it the name that it is in the editor, and it says crop sensor node.i3d. So we don't need to open it right now, but there it is. We exported it. Now let's grab the tractor that we want to add the sensor to. So I'm going to open my mods folder for Farming Simulator. I'm going to copy this mod and we're going to come over here and I'm going to paste it. Now I'm going to right click, 7-zip, extract to FS22, Case IH, Steiger, wideframe. Of course, the name of your mod may be different and we're going to go into this wideframe. So Case IH, AFS, Steiger, wideframe. The first thing I want to do is open the i3D, and here it is. Okay, so now I'm gonna kind of position myself in front of the tractor because, okay, so we're looking at the front of the tractor and we're gonna come up to File and we're gonna import. And I'm going to import my crop sensor node i3D. Here it is. Now I'm going to go Control X, which on your keyboard is cut. I'm gonna come down here to Quad Track Viz, and I'm gonna press Control V and paste it. Usually I paste it under a blue block, and usually there's a visibility. With most tractor mods, there's a visible or viz section, and that's generally where you wanna put the crop sensor nodes. All right, so we're gonna position the nodes now. Where the center node doesn't, it doesn't really matter where it goes. So I just like to just pull it up so it's kind of somewhere inside the tractor and just leave it. And then we're going to get specific here with each node. First, let's start with the top node. Okay. Now on this tractor, this kind of poses a unique challenge because the sensor node usually goes right here. However, this is an AFS Connect tractor that has the AFS Connect system already right here in the center. So I'm going to take this node. It is centered, okay. And I'm gonna try and get a flat view of the tractor here and put the sensor node kind of down. And it needs to go just kind of below the surface. It's kind of a guessing game. But we're going to put it just below the surface, and I'm going to pull it forward just a bit. And I'm thinking it doesn't need to be perfectly centered, I don't think. So I'm going to put it over here in this kind of wide open area here. So yeah, that should work. Then I'm just going to come down. Yeah, I think that's going to be... I think that's going to be fine right there. I'm hoping that... Yeah, it looks good. Because the cabin has a big, thick area here. So It's not going to protrude and show any of the neck or anything. So having it a little bit lower will be just fine. All right, so there is that. That's going to be the sensor that mounts on top of the tractor. Let's take the left node and mount it on the, generally we'd mount it on a mirror, but this exhaust would block the view. I can do it, it'll still be a visual, and it'll work. And by the way, guys, the placement does not affect how the mod works in the game. It doesn't. Really, you could stick these under the hood to where they're completely invisible, and you'll still get the crop sensing ability in the game. However, for roleplay, I'm trying to mount the sensors where they'll see the field. On the exhaust would be way too hot. So I am kind of at a loss here. So I think what I'm going to do... let's look straight. You know what? I'm looking straightforward, though. I think the mirror does stick out enough. I think it'll be all right. So let's go ahead and just stick it on the mirror. So I'm going to take it and let's kind of get a top-down view here and make it even with that. All right. And then we're going to go get kind of on the side here and pull it up. Whoop. Looks like I was a bit behind. There we go. Basically, I'm just attaching... and if you guys in the game look really, really close to the Isaria Pro Compact, it is attached to like this bracket that sticks out, and the bracket like wraps around the mirror arm. So if we can get this centered as well as we can, that looks good. I believe that's gonna do rather well right there. Might be a bit on the low side. Let's take another look here. Yeah, let's get it just a tad. All right. That one should attach rather nicely. All right. So let's go ahead and get the right node, and we're going to do the same thing. It's a bit tedious getting it in the general area and then cleaning it up, but once you get it centered, so worth it. I seem to have better luck with this mirror than the other one. We'll go over just a bit more. I think that'll do nicely. Now here's the cool part about this. Since these are invisible nodes and they're not physical products we brought in, we do not have to export. We don't have to do an export at all. Just hit Control S to save, and guess what? You're done. Let's minimize this. Now it's time to start the coding. In the original XML file, you're going to need the code that tells the game how to use these sensors. We're back here in the Optin T4B XML, and I'm going to press Control F, and I'm just going to search for the word crop, C-R-O-P. And the only references to crop in the XML will be for the sensors. So we'd see this section here called crop sensor. I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to paste it into another file off to the side so that I have it for future reference. Nothing will change in here. You're not changing anything specific to the tractor, so you're going to paste it just like this into your current tractor's XML. Then we're going to find next again, and it should take us down to the i3D mapping, and there's going to be 3 lines here that we want. We want the top node, the left node, and the right node. So we're going to copy this and put it into a notepad file somewhere. Okay, this Isaria instructions, this is a file I typed up to kind of give me the instructions on how to do this so that I can make this video today. All right, so we could close the Optin T4B XML, and now let's get ready to paste this code into our Steiger Quad Track. We're gonna open the Steiger Quad Track XML, or the XML of whatever tractor you're working with. And by the way, This is Notepad++. I never use Notepad. Notepad is just so blah. Notepad++, as you can tell by the coloration on the screen, helps with XML code. It color codes it, and it makes everything so easy to see. Look at this. It's nice and clean, and this is just, you guys want it. It's free anyway. Why would you not use it? So first thing I want to do is I'm going to take this snippet of code, this crop sensor, and put it into the Steiger. You do not need to edit anything with this. Just paste it in. I like to put it always right below the base section. So it's between base and wheels pretty much. The next and last thing we need to do is scroll all the way to the bottom, and then you should have a closing that says vehicle and i3D mappings. No matter what tractor you're working with, the end of your file should be somewhat similar to this. You should have /vehicle, which closes your entire script, and you have /i3D mappings, which closes the i3D mapping script. So we're gonna actually put a couple of spaces just above the i3D mappings on the same level as these individual i3D mappings. Then out of the original tractor, and it should look similar to this. Now this snippet of code, I do need to edit, and this is where the editor is gonna come in handy. So come back into your editor, we're gonna highlight crop sensor top node. Now look on the right side toward the top here. You should see this window. It says transform, and you're gonna see some lines here. You're looking for the third one down. It says index path. Highlight it and copy it. Then come back to your notepad, look for your top node, and between the quotes where the old node is, paste it. Looks like we're just changing to 12 here. I can already tell you that the rest of these are gonna be 12 as well, because all three nodes are always on the same parent. So it'll be 0, 0, 12, 1, and 2. So 0, 1, and 2. And I'll show you that for reference back here. See up here? So we got 12, 0, 12, 1, and 12, 2. So that's pretty easy. Once you get the first node, once you get the top node copied, the other two are just going to be sequential. So just whatever this number is here, you just copied it down to the other two lines. Simple as that. If you have a tractor where you've copied it and it's on a completely different level, right? You can actually just, if you're more comfortable with it, guys, there's nothing wrong with copying and pasting all three directly into your file as well. And you can do that too if you want to be thorough. Okay, so now that we have our code put in, we have our nodes assigned, we can actually save and close your XML file for your tractor. And we're going to come back to the folder where your tractor is. We're going to come right above it. So in my case, FS22 Case IH AFS Steiger Y-frame. What I like to do is I'll just change the FS22 to Fay. You could do whatever you want. You don't even need to honestly do it. Now I came up with a thing that said, can't do this. It's open in another program. No problem. I'm going to go ahead and close Giants Editor and then try that again. Make it Fay. Again, you do not have to rename this. I just do it so that I know that this is my mod or my edit to a mod and not mix it up with the original. So I'm going to come over here and paste my Case IH AFS Steiger Wideframe into the mod folder. And now we're ready to test this out in the game and see if it works. All right, so now that we're in the game, I'm going to click on career and we'll go into the save game of our choice. And what I need to do is find my mod. And now I've scrolled to where I found, I have a lot of mods installed, but now I've scrolled down and here it is, Phase Case IH AFS Steiger Series. So let's go ahead and activate that and click start. All right, so my map is loaded and I'm going to come in and yeah, I was assembling this John Deere fleet over here on this side of the map. So we're going to go over to my Case IH farm. Let's go into the store. Now it's fingers crossed. We'll go under large tractors and I'm going to scroll to where I find my tractor. You can also go down to installed mods and find it that way too. But in my case, here it is right here. Phase Quadtrack AFS Connect. So we're going to come in here and without even worrying about any of the other customizations, I just want to come down here. Boom. And there it is. Our Isaria Pro Compact. There's the sensor. The sensor looks good right there. Oh, the sensor is kind of tilted back though, or tilted weird. I got to fix that. Everything else looks great though. Look at that, the brackets wrap perfectly around the mirrors. So the side sensors came perfect. We just need to correct that top sensor. So I'm gonna buy the tractor, right? And we'll take a better look here because we can get closer physically. Maybe we can get... I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna use this scroll to kind of make myself shorter. But yeah, you see how it's tilted forward there? We need to correct that. The height looks okay. I just need to rotate it back a bit. That shouldn't be a problem. All right, so we're gonna... And like I said, I made myself short. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to save the game because I want to save it with my tractor there and quit the desktop. You need to quit the desktop because if you have the game still open, then nothing we do here will actually take because your file permissions will be locked. All right, so I'm gonna open up my wideframe and we're gonna open up this i3D, and this should be a really simple fix. And I just need to go down to the crop sensor node, and it's the crop node that we're looking at. And I do see that it's tilted down. I don't know why I didn't notice that before. So that rotate X, I actually want to make that like, let's just make it 2. Because it needs to lean slightly forward because the roof is sloped. It looks like 2 will be sufficient. Maybe even 3. Yeah, looks like a rotation of 3 will work on us. Yeah, I think the rotation of 3 will work quite nicely. Save it, and let's see if that worked. All right, so now we're here in the game. Let's get in the tractor and take a look. Oh, there it is. It looks perfect. 3 was good. You can tell it kind of slopes with the hood there. The 3 degrees was the proper angle. It is nice. It is flush. If we hop up on top here and crouch down and look, yeah, it looks beautiful. Let's kind of go out on a mirror here. You can look out on a mirror. Our brackets. See how the brackets, when I was talking about with the brackets that wrap around the bars of the mirror? So that came out beautiful on both mirrors. This is done. Now, the final thing to really take a look and make sure that you got your script going is in the upper left with the F1 menu. And if this is invisible, you press F1 to bring it up. And you see Alt-B up there where it says turn on crop sensor. So I put Alt-B and it says turn off crop sensor. No errors in the log. We're good. You have now prepared your favorite tractor with the Isaria crop sensors. Beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Guys, I really hope that this helped you out. I thank you so much for watching. If this helped anybody to install the precision farming stuff into your favorite tractor, that really pleases me because I went through a lot of frustration. I've been watching my favorite tractors just sit and collect dust because I actively use precision farming, but there's these tractors that I love so much, KarlFarms and Custom Modding and Casearias Modding. I love their stuff, but if there's something of theirs that doesn't have the sensors on it, it frustrates me that I'm watching this beautiful tractor sit on the sidelines while I go out and try and work a field for the environmental score. Now I don't have to, because in a matter of a few minutes time, I can have the Isaria Pro sensors installed on my favorite tractor. Guys, you take care. This is Phelan Day signing off, and I'll see you in the next video.